So we've had 2 back-to-back steel cage matches this past week. We had Rollins versus CM Punk, and then we had Fletcher versus Ospreay. And lo and behold, the fed sucker that is Bully Ray went on Twitter and spoke to existence right after that match and said, "That's a steel cage match. That's what I love to see. That's storytelling." And went off on a fucking tirade, right? Well, here on this podcast, we're going to take what he says. We're going to be doing this a lot from now on. We're going to take what other people say. We're going to discuss it here on the podcast. We're going to call them shit out straight. I'm sick and tired of these roaches. Here we go. We're going to compare those 2 cage matches. Which one's better and which one's worse? In regards to what the criteria with what Bully Ray was saying and using our own criteria.
Okay, before you continue,
Should
sir.
you play the video?
I think it's fair to say he cleared up any misunderstanding.
He did.
He did. With a little cop out. A little cop out, though. A little cop
he's
out.
not comparing it. Just because he's a, quote, traditionalist.
Yeah,
so
conservative is what I like to say.
Even though I know you don't like Bully Ray.
No, I have no problem with Bully Ray. I actually have no problem with Bully Ray. I have a problem with JD, but I have no problem with Bully Ray. I think Bully Ray is just he's a very old head conservative. And I use the term conservative as a derogatory term. Excuse me for that language, but I do.
So
okay, wait a minute. He literally...
I just think he has an old school conservative mentality.
Yeah, I wouldn't say conservative. He said he has a more traditional view of
conservative.
That's not conservative. It doesn't have to be conservative.
I am categorizing it with conservatism.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall.
It's go time.
That's your opinion. I'm disagreeing with it.
That's fine.
But from what he said,
that's fine.
He's more like a traditional thing, and that's what he liked to see.
That's fine.
So it's like he wasn't taking away from Ospreay and Fletcher's match.
No, I get that.
Now we can compare the 2.
Yeah.
But it's obvious which one was better. Not taking away from Seth Rollins and CM Punk's match, which was a good match.
So who do you think was a better match?
I think the better match, in terms of pure like wrestling and athleticism, I'd say it would be the Fletcher and Ospreay match.
Why?
Those 2 are at the top of the best to this generation. Compared to no offense to Seth Rollins and CM Punk, they did a great job. They've had their time, but let's face it, Ospreay and Fletcher, they're on another level. Nothing against the guys, but they did a great job. They put up a banging match. Now, granted, if he's saying in terms of story, because again, we're on the road to WrestleMania, we're building up this match. I guess the story would. I can't know.
I disagree because he said something on Busted Open. He said that the reason why he liked the match was because it was more of, as he put it, there was a meaning behind the cage. The cage was used as a gimmick, and the feud and the characters was what did everything else. I could argue
could be said
exactly the same could be said about Fletcher and Ospreay.
I've heard that said about a cage match, not only from Buddy Ray. I feel like I've heard it from other commentators. So yeah, I know. I feel like I heard it from other commentators as well. But both stories, I mean, I can't say which one was better than the other than one is leading up to a triple threat match to WrestleMania. The other one, it just wrapped up. I'm not sure if that's a fair comparison now that I think about it.
I think the comparison is fine because they're still happening in the case. There's still 2 people who do not like each other.
Right.
My issue is the fact that, one, there was moments in both of these matches where I feel like in one of the matches that you could actually tell that they were throwing everything against each other and they were fighting for each other. Right?
Right.
And I'm talking about specifically Ospreay versus Fletcher.
Right.
You could tell both of those, they were going ham at each other.
It was a very bloody match. And
when you look at Punk and Rollins, taking no away from Rollins, I think Rollins can still go.
Yeah.
But that match was slow as fuck.
Hold on, what about Punk, though?
That motherfucker, that shit was ass, dog. I'm sorry. But that motherfucker was breathing and gasping like a motherfucker. Don't take my word for it. You can hear, you ask Mayo. Ask Mayo.
Listen, I don't know who tagged Bully Ray serious at this point. I don't know who listens to a podcast. If you like his character, if you like the way he talks, then fine, listen to him. I'm not taking whatever he said fucking serious. He's a fucking bully. He's a bully. Yeah, exactly. He's a limited guy who was in WWE, who was doing stream matches. His opinion doesn't mean shit to me. All right? And listen, if you're watching that trash of WWE LFG, don't pay attention to that fucking show. Whatever he says on that show, it's not gonna happen. Whoever's in that show is not gonna make it to the big leagues. You're wasting your time if you're watching that show. Anyways, he's a WWE guys. Of course he's gonna say he loved that match. Of course Triple H is probably paying him to say that it was the greatest match of all time. It wasn't. Anybody in the right sense could see that CM Punk can't go on no more.
Agreed.
CM Punk is tired. CM Punk is huffing and puffing. Seth Rollins carried that fucking match the entire night. Seth Rollins is the one that always put out good matches after banger after banger. CM Punk never keeps it up. CM Punk always gets tired. I think he's injured because he didn't make it to Spain. So no, what he's saying is stupid. Seth Rollins carried the match. The match was not. It was good. It wasn't great. It was good and it wasn't great because CM Punk can't hang anymore.
Also, and that's another reason why I call him a conservative, because he's the same person who says we gotta protect the finisher. We gotta protect the finisher. We got people out here kicking out of the super kicks and stuff. We gotta protect finishers. How many?
There was a lot.
There was a lot.
I know where you're going with it.
There was a lot.
There was a lot.
There was a lot. And you can't sit there and say, "Oh, it's because it's CM Punk." Oh, it's good. No.
All right. Everybody chill. Okay?
Chill. No, we still warming up.
Now, I say this, right? It depends on you, the person, the viewer, and how you view, I think, a steel cage match should be. All right? Both tell a story about two people who don't like each other. That's clearly what happened, right? I think in one instance, one has a more stable, cohesive, consistent structure in storytelling. The other one is kind of on and off. And that's what, I'll be honest, AEW does a lot of on and off, right? So if that doesn't bother you, then you're fine. But if it does bother you, if you like to see it weekly, then that will bother you. And so you're more likely to lean towards WWE because you see it every single week. You see these two go at it on social media. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, they obviously didn't like each other. We've seen the story progress over time, but again, it's a lot of on and off.
I disagree because they've been having feuds this whole week.
They've had. I'm talking about in its totality.
They've had it with the totality.
No, brother, man.
Since when?
We can go back to a couple of Dynamites.
They've been fighting.
No, sir.
Yes, they have.
No, sir. This time I'm not letting you do this bullshit.
Okay, go ahead.
This time you're not doing this bullshit. They've been on and off
When
on
have they
weekly
been off?
television. On weekly television.
No, they have not.
Yes, they have.
No, they have not.
There was a week where Kyle Fletcher and his boys, they were not there. Will Ospreay was there, but he wasn't there. That's what I'm talking about.
When?
I'm talking about like maybe 2 or 3 Dynamites ago. I have to pull it up, but I will show you. And that's a fact. I promise you that's a fact.
I mean,
Okay.
the same could be said about CM Punk and Rollins. They have not been. They have both haven't been on the same thing.
They have, but you don't watch. But then again, you don't watch Raw.
I'm not, but when I watch
But
it,
you don't watch Raw.
actually,
You
matter
don't
of
watch
fact,
Raw.
wasn't last week? Wasn't CM Punk in the same ring with Dominic Mysterio? No, with Logan Paul. He was. CM Punk was in the ring with Logan Paul.
Yeah,
he was.
So where was the feud there? Where was Seth Rollins?
The feud was there.
Where was Seth Rollins?
The feud was there.
Where was Seth Rollins?
Let me pull it up.
Exactly.
Let
See,
me
it's
pull
the
it
same-
up.
it's the same bullshit.
Let me
No,
pull
I'm
it up.
sorry. I have to call a spade a
I'll
spade.
pull it up.
Seth Rollins was in the ring.
He was there.
He was dressed as an oven mitt.
He was there. Yeah.
He was dressed as an oven
Thank you
mitt.
for mentioning that. He was there. He was there.
And then Logan Paul came out.
Nice try.
So yeah, he was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
I remember he did insult him because
That was
of that shit.
that was for no. So y'all confused. Y'all confused
Ain't no
the thing.
confusing. Ain't no confusing no thing.
Yes, because that y'all confused it because they repeat a lot of shit. That was when they were fighting for the Elimination Chamber match.
No, it
Yes.
was not. No, it was not.
Yes.
No, that was for the that was for the elimination chamber.
Yes.
But that's fine because they
Yeah.
don't like each other. and it's been showing.
But
you
I'm not
weekly.
talking. That was the Raw before 2 weeks ago.
Are you talking about last week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
While you Google, the point that the fact of the matter is this.
actually,
at the end
when
of the
you
day,
think about no, I'm glad that you mentioned that because anytime CM Punk comes out and talks, whose music do you hit? Whose music do you hear hit? Burn It Down.
Yeah,
and
you hear
CM
Seth
Punk
Rollins.
be getting pissed off and furious about that. We actually, if you recall, when we went to our Airbnb, we saw a crazy ass promo with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. It even stems that far back that we saw consistently. So that it's true. We have seen that more so, like often. But again, my point is, I'm not saying that Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, you don't see. I didn't say any of that. You're getting too defensive as a AEW dude. Like, just chill. I'm not saying that.
Well,
I'm
what
just
was your
saying,
point then? 'Cause
my point
you-
is one is more consistent than the other. That's not to say the other one isn't.
Are you saying
consistent.
consistency in the
terms
feud?
of storylines, yes.
That's
but not
what
in
I'm
terms of
saying.
this feud.
That's
though.
what I'm talking about.
Storylines,
Storylines.
yes.
Yes,
Storylines,
That's what
yes.
I said.
Makes sense.
And
Okay,
you're sitting
but
here
are you
making
saying
a big deal out
yes?
of that.
Because are you talking about this feud or are you talking about the storyline?
The storyline is part of the
Yeah,
feud.
the feud
No,
is part
I'm
of the
talking about
storyline.
this feud specifically.
What other feud am I talking about?
This feud specifically with between Fletcher and
What other
and-
feud
and
am I talking
they
about?
actually been consistent.
Did he not listen to? Are you deaf? Did you not hear what I just said? I didn't say it wasn't. Did I say it's
So
not
then why are we
consistent?
bringing it up?
Oh my God. One is just a little bit more than the other. You can have consistency, but one can be more consistent than the other.
Okay.
Can you not comprehend that? You're a teacher. I thought you were smart enough to understand that.
I guess. Okay, so then what's the point then?
The point is, I just said, for people who like to see it more so weekly, like just over on repeat, as you said, repeat, then they would more favor WWE. That's what I'm saying. Versus AEW, where you're fine. You don't have to see it like every single second, every single week. You're cool with, hey, 1 week, maybe you show up here, and then the next week, it might not be there, but then the week after, you'll see it. And it's like, it's whatever. It's like, it'll pick right back up for you. That's what AEW is.
Okay, so what does it do with the match?
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. One person might like one of the matches based off of that criteria. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
For the people like Bully Ray, who prefers the WWE
So they like the hand
way,
holding. They like the hand holding.
That's
is what you're
So
saying.
that-
the less
the hand
blood,
holding.
the less blood, because I saw online people were complaining about like
I
there
mean,
being a lot
there's
of blood in the match.
there's no debating which one is a better wrestling match. I think one is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Right? Usually WWE's, AEW's always better usually with the professional
Yeah, they have
wrestling.
great talent over there. Like guys who actually know how to wrestle. I'm not saying isn't people that don't know how to wrestle on WWE, but they're very more.
He begs to differ.
yeah.
I was gonna say more formulaic compared to AEW. So
Well, traditional is Bully Ray. As
I think it's
fucking call it.
conservatism.
I
This is-
think
this is-
I
this
think
is last
conservative
week. I think last
personally,
week,
I
by the
think
way.
I think if we look at the facts and look at Seth Rollins, look at the match he put against Cody Rhodes. It was a banger.
This is last week, by the way.
It was a banger. Cody
one
Rhodes
that
and
we
he
were
put a
talking
great
about?
put
I
a
see
great
that.
Hell in a Cell or a steel cage match, and it was great. And then look at CM Punk and Drew. It was average. Look at CM Punk
was
and look at CM Punk and Seth Rollins. It was average. CM Punk can't hang anymore, and you can't lie to my fucking face. And we're heading to WrestleMania, and I don't want to see him in the
fans-
fucking picture.
Man.
I don't give a fuck about the fans. I want to see a good match between Seth Rollins and my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. That's a good match. If CM Punk is right in the middle, he's gonna be in the ring for the next fucking 40 minutes and then fucking pull the pin
Mayo.
and win.
The fans chant for CM Punk.
Yeah, because they're a fucking bunch of marks. That's what they are. And again, that is the traditional way. That is the traditional way they want to do it. I don't want it, but I don't want to hear no bitching when you say an average match because of him.
Listen, when the fans chant for a certain wrestler, bro, in WWE, man, they're gonna, it's CM Punk. You gotta have CM Punk. No matter what's going on, he's got to be put in there.
And I think that's the sad reality that we're heading into WrestleMania, and we can have a great girl feud between two guys who used to be in the same team, The Shield. You can have Seth Rollins against the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and we can have a great fucking rivalry right there because it's there, but no. We had to have the little bitch CM Punk in the middle bitching because they can't fucking do anything else with him. But he's average. He can't hang anymore. You can't lie to my face. Bully Ray can fucking lie to me and tell me that's the greatest. No. He can't. No, he can't fucking hang in the fucking ring.
He could do the running knee.
Yeah, 5 moves to that and what? And then what?
I don't even think it's 5 moves.
Yeah, it's not
he has
the
the
5 moves,
running
he doesn't
knee
have
and the
that.
GTS. Anaconda Vice.
Yeah, that's what I was forgetting.
I'm going to go just ahead and say it. It hurts the match when CM Punk is on it. It hurts the match
Damn,
because when I
really?
saw, look again. Let's look at the facts. Look at Seth Rollins against my champion when they had the steel cage match. Banger.
You know,
Seth Rollins will always put, no matter whether you like Seth Rollins or not, whether you think his gimmick is lame or not, he will always put a fucking banger because that's who Seth Rollins is.
Yeah, I'll give
He's
you
a
that.
He's a working horse,
bro.
Yeah.
He might be
I
number
am,
2, like my Tribal Chief said it, but he's a working horse. But you put CM Punk in there, it's gonna be average and lame. Look at the Drew matches he had with CM Punk. I mean, Drew, it's a great worker, but he has to held back because, bitch, CM Punk, it's what?
Fragile.
Exactly.
Real quick, because I know the comments. People in the comments, there's no question. There's some CM Punk fans. They're gonna come for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So
Oh, they will.
what do you have to say to those people who gonna come for you in the comments? Because they're gonna come for you.
Go ahead and watch a lame, boring ass match, and go watch a guy who's probably gonna get it. He's already injured right now. He's gonna get injured before WrestleMania or at WrestleMania. Go ahead and do it. And I hope to God, I'm praying that this is the last year we have a CM bitch.
Oh, that's fucked up.
CM
That's
Punk.
fucked up.
I'm praying
That's
to
fucked
God
up.
that this is the last time we see
Mayo,
him.
and you agree with him?
Yeah.
That's fucked up,
I
bro.
agree with him.
That's
He's
crazy.
hurting
I
the
didn't say
company
shit.
more than helping.
He's hurting the
Yeah, he's
company
hurting the
more
How's he?
than
company.
Wait,
helping.
wait, how's he? How's he
Hold
hurting the
on,
company?
don't you think he's well, I don't want to say elevating, but don't you think he's doing good? Like with rivalries like
no,
Drew
'cause-
McIntyre.
His merch is selling.
No,
almost-
I didn't say anything when it comes to his health. I'm saying he's hurting the product, and we can see it. And we can see again. Go back and look at Seth Rollins matches when there's no CM Punk in it. Again.
That's crazy.
Again, we have this great feud, right? It is great. I'm not denying that. We have a great feud. But guess who's pushing that feud? Seth fucking Rollins. He's fucking doing it in the
Freaking
promos.
Rollins.
Okay, freaking Rollins. He's doing it in the promos. I mean, he's the one that started the whole thing.
All right, you know what? I don't like CM Punk, but I disagree. I think just in terms of just story, he's doing a good job with who he's with. But the wrestling, yeah, obviously I don't really care to watch him wrestle personally, but he's entertaining.
Yeah, he's been entertaining.
I'm not saying he's not entertaining. I'm saying he can't hang with the great ones. And if we have him at the WrestleMania match,
He will be at
you
WrestleMania
will
match.
see it. Then
really
this
don't mean that,
this is spoilers.
No,
This is the fucking spoilers. You will have a match with the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, and he's gonna be in the fucking mat for 40 minutes until he gets the pin or something happen. Again, you will see it. It's just this is like a Chris Jericho match. He's on the
Okay.
fucking floor all the time.
Jericho's a different story though.
Okay,
Right
fine.
now, Jericho's a different story.
Okay,
right? 'Cause
either
he's
way,
not doing anything
I
good
can
right now.
guarantee you it's gonna be an average, boring fucking match. Because the only person that can hang in the ring and can go toe to toe and that wants to actually serve a fucking field
I know what
WrestleMania,
you're gonna say. I know.
it's Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. All right, those are the two people. I mean, we've seen the storyline progress. That's why he lost
we have
against
some.
my great champion. But again, it's just the fact that we have a bitch in the middle who is like by the fans. Okay, fine, you like them. Okay, fine, you like the bitch. Okay, it's fine.
You like the bitch.
But he can't hang anymore.
Hey.
All right, you're not gonna get 5-star matches with this guy. Just like you're not gonna get 5-star matches with Cope in
not
AEW.
I don't,
right?
but we all understand that's not what they look for in WWE anymore. They don't care about the matches in WWE. They care about who's paired up against who, not how the match actually looks. Sometimes the matches turn out pretty good, but it's all about the drama mostly.
And the drama and the fighting is very important because it gives
is.
us it gets
At
us
one point,
invested.
he was a CM Punk fan.
Yeah, we all were.
At some point.
We all were.
At some
We
point,
we
I
all
thought
aware
the
when
grass,
he came to AEW because he was trying.
Yeah.
And then he got into a fucking drama like a little bitch that he is.
Yeah, I agree.
And the shit is over.
Point of the matter is, I don't give a fuck what type of person you are, whether you're new school, old school, or conservative like Bully Ray. You cannot look at those two matches and say one is not better than the other. I think as a fan base, we have to hold each other accountable and say to these podcasters, especially the big ones, you smoking dick.
Smoking. Never.
Yes. Well, catch you in the comments below. This is Breaking Kayfabe.